come back to CFA. Let's tap on it a little bit. You have cleared 2 levels. If you need to share your strategy with somebody who's just starting out, what would be 3 key points, like non-negotiables for you? So level 1 first.
One biggest non-negotiable is notes. If you don't make notes, don't give the exam. So there was this one real life incident I keep on talking about. I usually do crash course classes last 2 months, and I ask students, okay, tell me how much have you done. So we have all our classes going on. So there were two students who came up to me just right before the exam, 2 months, 1.5 months before the exam, and I asked them how much have you done. So first student told me, sir, I've done 9 books, and my accuracy is not going up. I asked him, did you make notes? He said, no, I've not been making any notes at all. I asked him, how many hours can you give now? And now I don't really have a lot of time, so I can give 2. Yes.
Repeat that, voice got stuck.
Okay, sorry. So I was saying, so that person told me, I have done 9 books, but I don't really have a lot of time in my hand, so I can just give 2 or 3 hours every day. And I don't think I need notes. I remember all the things. I said, okay, you can give only 2 to 3 hours. Don't give the exam. Postpone it. He's like, no, sir, I will still give it. I've completed 9 books. My accuracy is just not going up, but I'll still give it. I said, don't give it. He said, no, sir, I'll give it. I said, ठीक है, तेरी मर्जी है. And then there's another student, Nancy. She said she's done only 2 books, FSA and corporate issues. I said, FSA you shouldn't have picked first, but if you've already completed FSA, amazing, you've completed a lot of chunk, and if you've made good notes. I asked her, how much time can you give? She said, I can give good enough time, 6, 7, 8 hours. I'm not doing anything else. I said, you will clear the exam. I told her a strategy. I told the other guy not to give the exam. Any other second guy somehow got demotivated, did not give the exam. Nancy cleared the exam. That second guy who did not make notes, he then gave his next attempt in May. He texted me. I still remember it was this huge of a text saying, thank you so much. I did not realize what blunder I was making. I did not realize when I was not making notes, I was not remembering all these concepts. So first, major non-negotiable. If you're not making notes, you're not clearing the exam. As simple as that. Second would be mocks. If you're not giving mocks, it's a very terrible idea. Mocks just don't help you get your accuracy. I don't really think you should only be looking at accuracy. It also teaches you how to sit. We really don't know how to sit for 3 hours, 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours on stretch. I know so many students that just get so tired during the exam. It's because of the fatigue, they end up losing out on questions. So this is one practice I do with a lot of students. So if you're planning to give CFA, this might help you a lot also. When you do all the questions, what I do is I take up last questions which people usually do wrong, and then ask them next day in the class or maybe a week after in the class how to solve this question. Interestingly, a lot of students who did that question wrong end up doing that question correctly, just because now they're looking at that question from a fresh perspective because their mind is refreshed now. Just because they were fatigued, they were not able to connect with that concept. So mocks are very important, helping you remove this fatigue and get used to it. Third thing is, don't fall for accuracy. A lot of students just look at accuracy. Oh, my accuracy should go up. Rather than that, make a notebook. I don't know if I have my notebook here, that notebook. So, where is it? Okay, I don't know where it is, but I make a notebook of things that I did wrong. So if I do a question wrong, I don't directly go to the explanation. That's the worst thing that you can do. If you do a question wrong, don't go to the explanation. Try to solve that question again. Try to find the answer on your own. Try to figure out on your own. And then if you do it wrong, mention it somewhere that this is the question that I did wrong. This is the reason why I did the question wrong. If you're able to do that, you will see your accuracy shoot up tremendously. I help students get 90 percentile plus just because of this strategy, that if you're doing a question, don't look at the answer. Try to solve the question on your own. If you get the question wrong, that's completely fine. Do it again. Stop falling for the accuracy. What people have a tendency to do, okay, I marked option A. Oh, option A is wrong. Option B. अरे यार मुझे याद था. How did I make such a silly mistake? That's the worst thing that you can be doing for yourself. Try to figure out on your own. याद था ना, ठीक है, you did a question wrong. Option A wasn't the answer. Try to figure out what's the correct answer. Now, I usually take my mother's help. I ask her, just tick mark whether it's a correct answer or wrong answer. So she would give me tick, cross, tick, cross, tick, cross. And then if there is an answer that I've done wrong, I will sit on that question, take my 5-10 minutes to solve that question again. That improves your accuracy. That helps you reconnect with a lot of concepts. And if I have to give fourth point, every question that I do, I ask students, stop, stop, stop. Don't look at the question, just get the answer correct. If an option has A, B, C option, tell me why is option A correct? Why is option B wrong? Why is option C wrong? So every question, you're dividing every question into 3 questions. To take it to next step, how can you make option B correct? How can you make option C correct? If you're able to do that for a question, that concept is 100% clear to you. If you can't do that to a question, your concepts are not clear, because eventually the questions that you're practicing at home are not the questions that are going to be tested on the exam day, but the concept that you're doing at home is the concept that would be tested on the exam day. So if you're able to do that, there is no chance in hell you're not clearing the exam, but
So
it would require a lot of time. Sorry.
So